Three nuns were chatting about their chores. The first one said, "While putting away Father's laundry, I found a stack of porn magazines in his drawer." "Oh my," said the second. "What did you do?" The first replied, "I threw them all in the trash." The second nun said, "That's nothing. While making Father's bed, I found a box of condoms under his pillow." "What did you do?" asked the first. The second said proudly, "I poked holes in all of them." The third nun gasped and fainted. A handsome priest and a young nun were traveling together when their car broke down. With no other options, they ended up spending the night at a small motel, but there was only one room left. Being a gentleman, the priest said, "Given the situation, let's just share the room. You take the bed, I'll sleep on the floor. I'm sure God will understand." The nun agreed, and they turned off the lights for the night. A little while later, the nun, who had always had a bit of a crush on the priest, called out softly, "Father, I'm cold. Could you help me? I'm sure God will understand." The priest got up, grabbed an extra blanket, tucked her in, and went back to the floor. A few minutes later, "Father, I'm still cold. Could you please help me? I'm sure God will understand." Sighing, he got up again, brought her another blanket, and returned to his spot on the floor. Now clearly frustrated, the nun decided to go all in. She sat up in bed, struck a flirtatious pose, and said in a sultry voice, "Father, no amount of blankets will help. Just for tonight, why don't you treat me like your wife? I'm sure God will understand." The priest slowly sat up, took a deep breath, and after a long pause replied, "All right, get up and get your own damn blanket. I'm going to sleep." A beautiful nun went to the doctor, took off her panties, and said, "Doctor, I think something's wrong. I keep feeling this strange vibration down there." The doctor, a bit flustered but professional, examined her and said, "Well, sister, I think I found the problem." He reached in and pulled out a small hidden object. Holding it up, he said, "You have a cell phone stuck in your underwear." The nun gasped, "Oh my goodness, is it ringing?" The doctor nodded. "Yes, and judging by the missed calls, Jesus has been trying to reach you all morning." A nun, desperately needing to use the restroom, walked into a bustling Hooters. The place was loud, music blaring, people laughing, and every few minutes the lights would flicker off, followed by loud cheers from the crowd. But the moment the nun stepped inside, the room fell completely silent. She walked up to the bartender and asked politely, "Excuse me, may I please use your restroom?" The bartender replied, "Of course, sister. Just a heads up, there's a statue of a naked man in there wearing only a fig leaf." The nun blushed. "That's fine, I'll just avert my eyes." The bartender pointed her to the back. A few minutes later, she emerged from the restroom, only to be greeted with a thunderous round of applause from the entire bar. Confused, she approached the bartender and asked, "Why is everyone clapping? I only used the restroom." The bartender chuckled and said, "Well, now they know you're one of us." "One of you?" she asked, baffled. He grinned. "Every time someone lifts the fig leaf on that statue, the lights go out. Now, how about that drink?" Three nuns passed away and ascended to heaven. At the gates, St. Peter greeted them warmly. "You have all served the Lord faithfully," he said. "As a reward for your years of service and chastity, God has granted each of you one wish before entering paradise." The first nun blushed. "Well, this is a little embarrassing, but the vow of chastity was really hard. I'd like to return to Earth for one weekend of pure, unrestrained passion with the face and body of Angelina Jolie." St. Peter smiled. "Granted," and poof, she was gone. The second nun nodded eagerly. "I'd like the same, please, but with the face and body of Jennifer Lawrence." "Granted," said St. Peter, and she vanished as well. The third nun, an enthusiastic Italian sister, chimed in excitedly. "Me too, but I want to return as Alice Gone Piccoline." St. Peter paused, puzzled. "I'm sorry, sister, I don't know that name. Is she a famous actress?" The nun beamed and said, "Oh yes, the most famous of them all." With shaking hands, she reached into her robe and pulled out a worn, yellowed newspaper clipping she had saved for years. She handed it to St. Peter. He unfolded it carefully and read the headline aloud. "Alaskan pipeline laid by 500 men in 1 week."